you started using the new pro version of ChatGPT?
Yeah. Yep.
And so are you using it to actually do posting? Are you using it to actually go in and do functionality? Like, do you have SOPs in place that it's following to actually enact actions?
So I don't. I have a handful of staff that probably should be the ones on this call. And this is an interesting point, right? Mm-hmm. I don't have to become an expert at using AI, but I have to hire people that do, right? Because their ability now I can dream. I'm a visionary. I'm going to dream up a bunch of ideas. Can we do this? Can you make it do that? And they'll be like, yeah, we can make it do that. And they'll go do it and they'll get it done. But they can do more of that now than they ever could. Whereas before it would have been a huge bottleneck to create a bunch of stuff, right? And so I like to be in that space of creation and then have a team that can go execute. And I'm hiring specific to people that understand how to do this stuff. And that's what enables us to execute on these things. So I don't need to know all the ways it can be done. I just need to know, can it be done? Right.
Well, and not only that, I think you nailed it. You've got to hire specific people that are going to have those skill sets, and they don't need to be coders. They don't even need to be necessarily super techie, but they've got to be people that understand ChatGPT, understand or Baron XAI that you also mentioned you were using. They need to be able to utilize those tools, and they need to understand that, look, we're not trying to replace you at all. We need you to run these tools, right? Yep. So when we have the right people in place that can run those tools, we give them the vision. We say, hey, this is what I want to do. Can we make it do this? Then they spend the next 6, 7, 8 hours figuring it out. Right. They get it done, and now it's on autopilot, right? We can tweak it and set up SOPs to make sure it's doing it on a daily basis. I think that's a major part of the future of real estate. I think you're going to see a consolidation of this industry. I think we'll just use the TC side. There was a time, Jay, where you and I, we had one TC. They could barely do 25 transactions a year with a decent CRM. A month. Now you get a good TC can do 50, 60, 70 transactions a month. Now with AI coming in, I think we're going to see a time where, I don't know if TCs will entirely go away. I think it's very possible. But I think at the very least, you're going to have a time where a good transaction coordinator is doing north of 100 transactions a month with ease. And they're doing a better job of it than the ones that you and I had 30 years ago doing 25 transactions a month.
Right. 100%, dude. The gains in, and part of the benefit of being in Lawton, Oklahoma with a low average sell price was, when I learned, efficiencies and the things that I did to create that space, I went to once I learned how to make my time more efficient, then I had all these people I was paying that I had to teach the same thing. Mm-hmm. And, until you have made yourself more productive, you can never hire people and teach them to do it. So it's a real kind of big aha that you get to, like, okay, I got to nail down my calendar, my time, my priorities, how I determine what I'm going to do, what I say no to. And when I open the door for anything, and when I turn the phone off, put the stop sign on the door, and stay focused on my time block and all. Like I had to get to that level of understanding how valuable my time actually was before I could actually ever teach anybody else. I was hiring people and they were completely inefficient in the stupid shit I was having them do. And so when I went to Tracy, who was my TC, I asked her, I said, where's most of your time getting wasted? And I asked her a bunch of questions, and it was like the agents, they come in my office in the morning and they sit here and they sit here and talk to me forever. I can't even work on these files. And so I took the chairs out of her office. So the first thing I did, I took the chairs out of her office. Now people had to come in there and stand and feel awkward for a few minutes. And then I said, if you will just put on your phone a message that says, I return calls between 11 and 12, I'll return calls between 11 and 12, go to work on all those files, and then give all the updates. It was all the same people that were calling and blowing up the phone all morning. And so every deal that she was working on, that she needed to work on, that time block of time to do that in the morning, make she became more efficient. She went from managing about 35 files to about 70, 80 files. Yep. It blew my mind, bro. Like, I was like, this is nuts. Like, and then I just geeked out on efficiency, right? Like, but I had to. My average sell price was low. Like, I would have never been able to, make any money if I hadn't done it that way. But AI is just 10xing that. Like, it really is creating, a better experience for people. And, have you used Loom? What Loom has now, an SOI. I was just shooting a video. I didn't even know that Loom had it. I was like, what the hell is this? AI and Loom? I was just shooting a video trying to walk Pete through how to pull down some numbers for me. And I was trying to get it off my plate because I was doing it. And then it said, create an SOP. The SOP was literally perfect. SOP done, never touched it again. It took me 3 minutes to shoot the video, and I was just walking them through what I do every time. I was like, why am I doing stuff like this? Like, then you start thinking, how many other things am I doing like this that I don't need to be doing that I can get off my plate? And now you got all this time to go do higher dollar productive activities. And that, I love it. I mean, it just, it's as whatever you can dream up now, you can literally create now. And it is you don't have to be the expert, though. That's the other thing. You just need to have the right people to delegate things to.
Club Wealth is the only coaching company on the planet that will literally guarantee that you will double your income or make at least an extra $100,000 your first year coaching with us, or we will give you 100% of your investment back. Click the link below, sign up for the appropriate tier level, and let's get you a strategy session today. And I promise you, I 100% guarantee you, promise you that you will walk away with a heart full of gratitude for the time that we took for you, because you got so much value out of that call. Schedule your strategy session today. I promise you'll be glad you did.